to see. The venom of snakes is under their lips. Their mouths are full of bitterness and curses. And in their paths, nothing but ruin and misery. And the fear of God is not before their eyes. They have taken the hearts and minds of our leaders. They have recruited the rich and the powerful. And they have blinded us to the truth. Our human spirit is corrupted. Why do we worship greed? Because outside the limit of our sight, feeding off us, perched on top of us from birth to death, are our owners. Our owners. They have us. They control us. They are our masters. Wake up. They're all about you, all around you. What's your problem?
Look, lady, we're in trouble. The whole world's in trouble. They're all around us and we never knew it. You can only see them with these special glasses. I swear to you, we're being controlled by these things. I don't know what they are or where they came from, but we gotta stop them.
I've got one that can see.
So things are really starting to get out. I don't know whether you've all seen, but it's going round viral everywhere. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's shocked. Everybody's doesn't know what to think about this here. So there was this guy talking on this news station, right? And his neck has got a mouth like a demonic mouth, and his neck is talking, and as his neck's talking, it's making his mouth move, right? So he's got two mouths. He's got a mouth in his neck, right. So I'm thinking, think rationally. I'm thinking that it's probably a mask, and his neck's moving, and you can just see the rubber from the mask hanging off his neck. And even if it is a mask, it's strange, isn't it? Why would people be wearing masks on the news? You know, that in itself is bizarre. But as you can see here, later on in the video, I'm going to show you this. We're going to go through a couple of other reptilian news reporters first. Sounds crazy? I know. People, whenever you talk about this, people will say you're crazy. Many people over the years have spoke about this reptilian conspiracy, about how the rich and the powerful are actually reptiles or demonically possessed, or they've got spiritual entities inside them. Okay, we know in the Bible that these things are real. They are real. For Christians, those who believe in Jesus, those who read the Bible, the demonic fallen realm is very real, and there's different creatures and different beings on the dark side and also on the good side as well. But I mean, they made movies about it. If you think of Star Trek or Star Wars, things like this, they show you this heavenly battle between the dark side and the light side, the good side. And both sides, you've got different creatures and different alien-looking things, right? So the Bible's clear that these things are real, as I'm going to show you with some Bible verses in a minute. So this, I'm thinking rationally about it. I'm not just going to go crazy and go, oh, look, he's a reptile, he's shape-shifting. Okay, he's got a demon in his neck talking. The most rational explanation for it is he's wearing a mask. There's definitely something going on. He's got a hole in his neck, and it's moving whilst he's talking. Okay, and if I'm right and it is a mask, which I think most of them are wearing masks. I think Joe Biden was wearing a mask. Did any of you ever see the video where we went like this to his neck and it was left all creases that were stuck there in his neck? You know, you can't really do that with a real fleshly neck. So some people said that Joe Biden was wearing a mask. I think that Donald Trump has been wearing a mask. You know, I think, you're going to see in a bit, I think that the majority of them are wearing masks. That's my most rational explanation for stuff like this. because there's no way of explaining it. You know, my neck doesn't open up with a mouth and start talking. But on the news, you can clearly see, you're going to see in a minute on the news, his neck is moving like a mouth, like some kind of demonic entity in his throat. And I'm going to show you that, but I've also got others. Now, one of the main leaders of Pfizer, the jibbity jab, okay, you know the jibbity jab? I've got him in here as well. Someone on my channel, you know who you are, I know who you are because you comment on most of my videos. He told me about this. He shared a link on the comment section. So I'm going to be showing you that as well. His throat, his neck, is gulping like a frog. And this is one of the leading guys for the visor, the jab. His neck is going like a frog. I've got it all on camera, all of it footage in this video. And it reminds me of the movie They Live. And I love that movie. That's one of my favourite movies. I absolutely love that movie. Okay? And the movie is basically about this guy. He moves into the city. And he's looking for opportunity. He's looking for, he goes to the land of opportunity. He's looking for jobs. He's looking for work. He goes to the land of opportunity and he comes across these glasses. Now, at the beginning of the video, there's this crazy Christian preacher saying that they're basically the rich and powerful are these entities and they're, and he later on, Roddy Piper, the old wrestler, the main guy in it, he finds these glasses. And whenever he put the glasses on, he could see that the people that he saw with his eyes, the people were not human. And when he took them off, they were human again. So they were human. And then he'd be like, and then he'd put them back on, and they'd be reptilian again. And I think this film is very symbolic. I think what we're seeing is, I think these entities, or whatever these creatures are, that are on the news and on the media, something's happening with the technology and they're coming through. The spirits in them, whatever they are, the creatures they are, something is interfering with the technology and the cameras and them and their dimensional, vibrational, plane that they're on, and it's interfering with the technology and they're manifesting to us what they actually are. And I think that's probably the most rational explanation for it. Now, they're going to try and deceive the world into this fake alien invasion. And what a way to do it, by showing you real aliens in front of your faces. Because then you're going to know they're real. And that's how the deception comes in. They're going to tell you they're the good guys, and they're going to help you fight the bad guys that are on the way to Earth. But the bad guys, they tell you are on the way to Earth. The bad alien invasion is the second coming of Jesus Christ. And that's how all the kings and all the armies gather together to fight him on the horse in his army. Because what they tell the world is Jesus Christ is an alien. They tell him he's an alien. It's an alien invasion. That's what they're going to tell the world. That's why they've been programming the minds of the masses in America through movies, TV shows for years and years and years. Years. I think there were black and white things being shown from the 1970s. Years they've been pushing this flying saucer alien stuff. And what it is to program the minds, yes, of everybody to expect alien invasions. Okay? The alien invasion is going to be the second coming of Jesus Christ. We're told in the Bible, these frog-like demonic spirits, which come out of the mouth of the Antichrist, false prophet, and Satan, they come out of their mouths during the sixth bowl of wrath in the second half of the tribulation, the final 7 years. They come out of their mouths, which tells me that the man of sin, the Antichrist, has got a demonic frog entity in him. Because we're told this in Revelation, it comes out of his mouth. So whether that means that Trump or whoever the Antichrist is and the false prophet, if they remove their masks and they show themselves who they really are, then that would be the frog-like spirits coming out of their mouths. And then they're going to show the world who they are. They're going to go like that, pull the masks off. Because Elon Musk keeps saying he's an alien and no one believes him. They keep saying that there's aliens and they're aliens and no one's believing them. I believe them. Bible says that this it's in them. It's in the false prophet, the Antichrist, and it's in Satan. Okay? And they come out of their mouths and they gather all the kings and the armies together to fight the second coming of Christ, right? Because he says that they do battle against him, against his army on the horse. They're going to tell everyone, because Jesus is going to come back in a bright white light with great power and glory. Everyone's going to think it's a beam of a UFO. And they're all going to fight the second coming of Jesus Christ. This is how they unite the whole world to fight God. And it's just a great deception. And that's why the beast gets thrown in the lake of fire. The false prophet gets thrown in the lake of fire by Jesus. And all those who take the digital mark implants in the body get thrown in the lake of fire. Because it's a deception from the fallen realm, from these spirits. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on too much. Here's some Bible scripture I'm going to read to you. And then I'm going to play you some videos. And, watch the end. Because there are some very interesting things that are happening. People are manifesting into these entities. And many of them are wearing masks. Why do we have people on the news wearing masks, guys? I don't go out wearing a mask. I'm not wearing a mask now, am I? I'm not wearing a mask. Why do they wear masks on the news? What are they covering up? What are they trying to hide? It reminds me of the movies Men in Black. In Men in Black, if you watch the trilogy, if you watch them all, the Men in Blacks, you'll see these aliens. And you'll see that in the human beings, they're human beings, right? And then they take the skin off, they take the suit off, and they're actually an alien inside the human being. They show us in Men in Black. So, they live. I have reason to believe that They Live wasn't just a movie. I think it was a documentary about the world we're really living in. Because they're disclosing alien files now as well. Trump, the White House, they're pushing alien files. They're going to start releasing these alien files. And in some of the files, it says that some of them are reptilian entity, reptiles with reptilian tails. Well, this is what we've been talking about, guys. This is what people like. I don't want to mention him on the channel because he's a new age false teacher, but David Icke, he's been speaking about these reptilian entities for a very long time. Okay? I think since the 1980s. And people were laughing at him and mocking him. But he was right. I think he was right about these demonic entities. And the Bible does back this up. The only problem is with people like David Icke and, what was the other one? What was the other one's name? Maxwell, Summit Maxwell or whatever. You know who I'm talking about, these guys. The only problem with them is they deny Christ and they reject Christ and the gospel. That's the problem. But in terms of the demonic entities they're talking about, that's real. The realms they're talking about, that's very real. That's all recorded in the Bible. And so let's get into it. So I'm going to tie a couple of verses in with it before we get going, so that you know that this is all biblical. These entities, these reptilians, it's all biblical. This is supposed to happen in the end times. Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. In high places, guys. Okay? Different realms. Things being seen in the sky. Spiritual wickedness in high places is what we're wrestling against, and they're over our world leaders. So this is very biblical, according to Ephesians 6:12. And there are many more verses. Revelation 16:13. Now here's your reptilians, okay? And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs. Like frogs, guys. Reptilians. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Which means there is demonic entities that are reptilian inside the Antichrist, false prophet, the two men that deceived the whole world under the devil. Keep that in mind when Trump's Department of War are releasing alien files, alien disclosure files. Okay? It says that these entities come out of the beast, the man of sin, the Antichrist, out of the false prophet, and out of Satan. Keep it in mind, guys, that Trump's Department of War is releasing these things. Now, it's funny because the kings of the earth with these demonic spirits gather everyone on the earth to the battle in the Hebrew name Armageddon to fight Jesus Christ. The alien deception is a real thing. The aliens are actually demons. What's coming upon the earth is demonic from the spiritual wickedness in high places in the dark realms. Luke 21:11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. We see that. And famines. We see that. And pestilences. Ebola is now on the news. An Ebola breakout. Hantavirus. Pestilences. Okay? Great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven, the sky. Okay? This is going to be the alien deception, the alien agenda they're pushing from America. Now, whenever we talk about reptilian conspiracy or the aliens, whenever we say that these world leaders like Trump and everyone, whenever we say about the celebrities, they're all shape-shifting into lizards, reptiles, okay? You need to understand, the people that call us crazy can't see what we do because they don't have the spiritual discernment. They don't have the eyes to see and they don't have the ears to hear. So they're not going to believe it. They're going to think we're crazy, what we're talking about. Matthew 13, 16, 17, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Okay? This could go into, things that we hear that they don't, sky trumpets that are going off. We hear sky trumpets. We see in the reptilian shapeshift in all the elite. If they don't have the spiritual eyes to see and the ears to hear, they're going to call us crazy. Okay? Which is fine. Hopefully they wake up before the great deception happens. Hopefully they're not deceived by this alien deception. 2 Corinthians 4:4. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. So understand that if they can't see what we do, okay, and they're calling us crazy, right? Understand, Satan owns this world. The God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not the truth. So there's going to be people that are going to call us crazy. 1 Corinthians 2:14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. Understand, guys, they don't see what we do. They're spiritually discerned. They can't see the things of the Spirit of God. They can't see it. You need to have faith in Jesus Christ and the gospel to have your eyes opened. Okay? You need to put on, like in the film They Live, the movie They Live, you need to put on the glasses. You need to put on your Jesus goggles to be able to see the reality of what's really going on in this world.
We are not alone. The Pentagon released the UFO files a few weeks back, and we just found out over 1 billion people have visited the site. 1 billion. It's got to be a record. The War Department says more files will be released soon. UFO experts and top researchers have been investigating aliens for years. Their sources say dozens of crashed UFOs have been recovered, and what they found inside? Shocking.
And do people think that there's one type of non-human intelligence that's visiting the Earth, or is there many, many types?
People who have been involved in recoveries have said
there are at least 4 types, 4 separate types. Now, I have not had direct access to that, but I believe the people who I talked to.
4 different types of life.
4 different types of life.
4 different species of aliens. Another scientist called them Greys, Nordics, Insectoids, and Reptilians. All of them have 2 arms and 2 legs, just like us. Experts speculate the reptilians are scaly with long tails, like a lizard. Insectoids look like a praying mantis. The Greys look like your classic movie alien, and the Nordics look like a regular Swedish guy, but 7 feet tall. We haven't seen the evidence, but Pete Hegseth says more evidence is coming, and there are a lot of believers in Congress.
I have seen evidence in a skiff that leads me to believe there are things we cannot explain, and I have observed things that are of non-human origin and creation. That's my opinion.
Releasing the files isn't easy. They've been hidden for years, and a lot of people want to keep it that way.
The problem we have right now is the deep state's fighting the president on release, and he kept his word, and I suspect some of our not so friendly comrades and some of our alphabet agencies are slow walking a lot of the information. It's about power, it's about control, and that's kind of what runs Washington.
So why is our own government fighting so hard to keep these secret? Well, a dozen scientists have either gone missing or died. Now, we don't know if that's related, but people are scared to talk.
One I thought was going to do an interview, and then a couple days before sent me a message saying, after further consideration and long talks with my wife, I decided I'd be forfeiting my life if I participated in your interview. And I thought that was like very unsettling message to get, obviously, but also very specific word choice, forfeiting my life.
What if I told you that this movie not only exposed the truth about things going on in our world, but there was also a scene in the movie where they predicted events that could possibly take place in 2025? The fact that this movie came out in 1988 and we're in the year 2025 right now makes it even more scary. So y'all pay attention and let me know what y'all think about it down below in the comments.
Projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance. The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite. You have given us entree to the resources we need in our ongoing quest for multidimensional expansion. And in return, the per capita income of each of you here tonight has grown, and this year alone, by an average 39%.
Director John Carpenter also explained his reasoning behind making the film and the message that he was trying to get across.
Matter of fact, right now it's even more true than it was then. We are manipulated by a lot of media around us. We are consumed by consumerism. And as you can see, the recent events in this country, they are still among us. They do live, indeed.
What's your problem?
Look, buddy.
Here are some news reporters shapeshifting into reptilians.
big famous star. And guess what? You're the running man.
Organization that works in over 150 countries, and my job was to meet with teenagers who were living in exclusion, who were living in extreme poverty, or living with HIV, and write their stories, listen to their stories, and write them for UNICEF. So, I mean, I obviously learned so much from these kids. I learned from Anna in particular, who has lived an extremely difficult life. I learned to live each day to its fullest. Doing any kind of missionary work.
One morning, I'm done for the weekend, and so I'm just going to get away and spend time with family and friends and just enjoy it, relax for once. Kind of a fat chance on it.
Have fun with makeup. Makeup is not a torture. Makeup is something that makes you look good, and having a positive attitude in life. That's the most important thing.
But you had acne, like me as a young girl.
Oh my God, that was very bad. A very special project. I've been working with the la creme de la creme of makeup artists around the world, and photographers and stylists, and I've been learning few secrets from each of them. And I've been making all those secrets my own, and that's what I want to share with everybody. I want to just give them the
Michael Brownlee, a former reporter for the LA branch, has a history of potentially transforming, a point that seemingly rejects the theory it's due to compression issues. However, the most infamous transformation came when the cameraman, apparently aware of Brownlee's emerging real form, turned the camera away for no reason.
Now, we talk about the mother's arrest, but the mother says that her 16-year-old daughter, the victim in this case, was also arrested here back on September 18th. Now, keep in mind, this is the family story, their account of what they see happened here on campus earlier this month. Unfortunately, we weren't able to reach the school district for comment, but keep in mind, a mother and daughter baffled over how a celebration with cake...
Very well. Yes, we have capitalism and we embrace it. And 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 they don't necessarily.
Right. Well, they embrace certain kinds of capitalism more than
analysis. For example, she says it appears Brittany is suffering from a major psychological disorder, and that it might actually be bipolar could be that. The doc then predicts how much longer they'll live. Sick, I know, but I also know you want to hear what she has to say. The doc says if these people don't get help or straighten up fast, I haven't pre-read any of this. Britney won't make it to the age 30, Lindsay won't see 25, and Michael Jackson has no more than 5 years left. At the other end, Angelina's going to have a long, healthy life, and so will George Bush. And
is effective and safe. Talk, if you can, for a moment about the safety. What have you learned about serious side effects in this vaccine? They are very rare. And what can you tell us about the effectiveness of the drug? We know it was 95% against guarding against infection back in those initial trials, now down to 91%. Is this a one-way trip downward for this vaccine? We realized through the real-world data that after several months, there is a need for a booster. Does Pfizer expect to require and mandate its employees become fully vaccinated? We have asked our employees that they should be fully vaccinated or taking twice a week the test. But, we have approximately 90% of our people already vaccinated, fully vaccinated. Do you anticipate or maybe stay up at night thinking about the possibility you're going to have to go back in the lab at some point and come up with something better? Oh, yes. And we do that constantly. We are making right now a specialized vaccine for Delta. I'm almost certain that we will not need it because booster shot of the current vaccine is very, very, very effective against Delta. But we cannot take that chance.
Now, I think with this announcement, we are making this dream reality.
Many of your medicines, we know from the COVID vaccine, very effective, very welcome. The logistics around that vaccine were not straightforward because of the new technology. Many of your medicines, we know from the COVID vaccine, very effective. No, from the COVID vaccine, very effective, very welcome. The logistics around that.
Now, I think with this announcement, we are making this dream reality.
Many of your medicines, we know from the COVID vaccine, very effective, very welcome. The logistics around that vaccine were not straightforward because of the new technology. Many of your medicines, we know from the COVID vaccine, very effective. No, from the COVID vaccine, very effective, very welcome. The logistics around that.
Pay attention to his beautiful smile. Look at that beautiful, gorgeous smile, okay? Now, here we have Mr. Rosenberg introducing President Barack Obama. As you can see, this is recorded off of the television, so there's no altering of the video. This was recorded live to someone's DVR box. And they noticed this, and then they rewound it, and we can get a better glimpse. So let's pay attention again to Mr. Rosenberg's teeth, people. Look at his teeth, his beautiful smile. Pay attention. There you go. What are those? What are those? Jagged edges? Look at this. Look at this shape-shifting right in front of you. Look at his teeth. Look at it.
Reptilians on Italy Talk Show 2023.
Efficace fra domanda e offerta di lavoro, una grande riforma che completeremo dei centri per l'impiego, un'attenzione all'innovazione sempre nel segno dei nuovi lavori, dei green jobs e quindi della sostenibilità ambientale. Sono gli obiettivi che ci dà l'Europa, sono obiettivi già finanziati che siamo in grado di concretizzare nei prossimi 5 anni.
The president has time on his hands.
If the president has time. All right, everyone, this is absolutely crazy. We might have just caught the first, actual reptilian on TV. I don't know what else to think about this. Look at this guy's neck and watch what it does as he's speaking. It's like moving with his mouth. It's almost like there's a demon mouth inside of his neck, and it's like controlling his head. Everything up is being controlled by this demon. Watch this.
The president has time.
Oh my God, that's so creepy.
It's
talking.
The narrative,
it's talking. His neck is talking.
Strike capabilities, and he knows that the policy he set with the blockade has had short-term.
You ever see those movies like the Poltergeist movies where it's like there's like a demon inside this person, it's like controlling its movements and stuff like that? That is what I feel like I'm seeing right now. I've never seen anything like this.
And long-term effects on the regime.
It's literally moving as if it's a set of lips.
So he's been very astute in leveraging that time.
What happens when he does that? What the hell? Oh my God, look at that. Look when he says that word. Look. It's literally moving with his mouth. It's controlling his words.
Leveraging that time. And so
I'm losing my mind.
I mean,
this is unbelievable.
Negotiations. It really is capitulation.
Look at the sides of his neck too, and he's not blinking. No blinking whatsoever.
It really is capitulation.
So that's what humans do. We don't blink ever, right? We gotta zoom in on this, guys. Holy shit. All right, well, I don't know how much longer I can keep looking at this, so we're gonna take a look at it in fast motion. Wait till you see how it's moving with him. It's so sick. And now once we get zoomed in there, just watch the two mouths. Watch. I'm telling you, it's like a demon mouth controlling a human mouth. Oh my God. What is this? Do you think it's a mask? I gotta ask you, do you think it's a mask? I'm not even kidding. I hope it's a mask at this point, because if that's not a mask, it's a demon face. It's a demon mouth in his neck. Oh, guys, please share this one. I gotta go. Bye-bye.
I am certain. What do you think the next best move is today?
Well, I agree with the general completely, with one caveat. Patience may be a little short of the real objective here. The president has time on his hands. He controls the narrative, he controls the strike capabilities, and he knows that the policy he set with the blockade has had short-term and long-term effects on the regime and the people of Iran. So he's been very astute in leveraging that time. And so I don't see it as negotiations. It really is capitulation. The president's made it very clear. You will not have... That not only hands over the nuclear material, stops threatening the Straits of Hormuz, but quits exporting the Islamic Revolution.
They are putting this out on center stage. It's always been there. But they are now intentionally making it glaringly in your face obvious, conditioning the masses for what is coming, conditioning everybody to think that this is normal, to get used to the idea, because it is all a part of the coming narrative, of the coming deception.
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today. Today is today's.
CBS 2's Serene Branson is live at the Staples Center with highlights and backstage coverage we're seeing for the very first time. Serene.
Well, a very, very heavy rotation tonight. We had a very Darrison, let's go ahead, Terrace Chazen for the head of the pit.
Including Iowa, Kansas, Maine, Ohio, and Wyoming to join Florida's suit. The states claiming the exorcist saw unjust Racho and bring risks by health urgent.
Mark McAllister, Global News. Now, Defense Minister McLeod did confirm today that more than 54 18 fighter jets are spending about as much as 20 and ready to assist the 100 deployed over the amount needed. Now, it did.
Some people believe that you are an alien.
I am an alien.
You are. Now you are uncovered.
Yes. White people I'm an alien, but nobody believes me.
All of this is conditioning the world for what is coming, because there will be a day in the very near future where the veil is removed, where the masks will come off, where the true nature is revealed, and the world will see into the demonic kingdom. They will see demonic entities. And because Satan wants the world willingly to merge with that kingdom, with the demonic kingdom, He has to start conditioning the world to accept them. And y'all, this is literally what we are watching in real time. We are watching the demonic kingdom condition the masses to accept them for when they step out masquerading as angels of light. And because the world has no solid foundation in Christ, no solid foundation in the truth, if you don't know the truth, you cannot discern the lie. This world will be handed over to the delusion. They will believe the lie. They will believe that these entities are enlightened, that they are here to help us. They possibly seeded us, taking Yahweh out of the picture. They're here to help possibly change timelines, here to save us, usher in a new world, a new age, an age of prosperity, of peace and safety, a world where everybody lives in harmony. And because the world is believing the lie and they are trusting these entities, these demonic entities that are masquerading as angels of light, the world will willingly line up and receive their mark, and they will walk off a cliff. They will receive their mark because in order to participate in this new world, the world where these bad guys, the globalists, have all been taken down and evil has been conquered, you have to receive their mark. And because the world trusts them, they will willingly line up and get it.
So I find it very interesting all what we just saw. Especially the teeth, when the teeth shapeshift, when they're talking, they go into like pin teeth, piranha teeth, lizard teeth, frog teeth. Same thing happened with Donald Trump. And I mean, I've shown you all loads before, and I'm going to put it on again. I'm also going to put on the trailer to the new movie coming out by Steven Spielberg, which is called Disclosure, which you've seen as well. The news reporters are turning into reptilians. And they show us. It's called Disclosure, and now they're disclosing alien files. So when you see Donald Trump posting this, Donald Trump posts on his official account him walking next to an alien and the alien's tied up. And he's posted various other things, okay? Like pictures of him in space with a red button, and he's nuking countries, and there's this big battle in space, and Trump is the one controlling it all from the spaceship. When you see the Department of War releasing these alien files, you need to understand what it says in Revelation, okay? It says in Revelation during the sixth bowl, this is when the whole earth's being deceived, like really badly deceived, by these demonic entities that come out of the mouth of the Antichrist, false prophet, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Satan. Comes out of their mouths, okay? They're telling you they're aliens, because they are. Elon Musk has got Kek inside him, Kekius Maximus. Research Elon Musk, Kekius Maximus. It was on BBC News that he changed his name to Kekius Maximus. It's a 3,000-year-old Egyptian god of darkness. This is a real thing. Do your research. We were told in the Bible about these frog spirits in the false prophet, the Antichrist, and Satan. So Elon Musk goes by the name of Kekius Maximus, and he changed his picture to a frog, Pepe the Frog, which is the frog spirits from Revelation. And it says in Revelation, right, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. These are demonic spirits that go out to all the rulers and the kings of the earth to gather them for the battle on the great day of God the Almighty. And they gathered all the kings and their rulers to the place in the Hebrew name called Armageddon. These 3 reptilian spirits are inside Trump, Elon Musk, and the powerful elite. It's the fallen realms coming into our atmosphere, into our world, inhabiting our leaders. Okay? We're told this, that they're in the beast, the false prophet, and it all rises from the sea. The beast rises from the sea. Well, this whole deception's coming out of the land of America, out of the sea. Okay? And we've been shown through loads of movies, you know. I just hope people realise that when they say that these aliens, when they come out on the scene and we normalise it and they show us that the aliens are real, don't be deceived by it, because they're going to tell you they're the good guys and they're going to help the world and the kings and the armies fight the bad guys that are going to invade the earth. But there is no bad alien invasion. It's the second coming of Jesus Christ. He's coming with great power and glory with his army. The kings of the earth and his demonic spirits go down to the place of Armageddon to fight him. Revelation 19:20. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. We know that Jesus is coming back in the sky. They're going to tell the world and all the kings and the armies is an alien invasion. America's going to deceive the whole world under the beast. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. If you want to know what the coming image of the beast is, it could be a golden statue of Trump. I don't know. Go and check my last couple of videos. I've already covered that. They're going to tell the world that the second coming of Christ is an alien invasion. We're told in Thessalonians, that they're all going to believe the lie, who believe not the truth and have pleasure in unrighteousness. They're all going to be damned. They're going to believe this great lie that's coming. Okay? 2 Thessalonians 2:3-17. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you I told you these things, and now you know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work, only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they received not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned, who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. But we are bound to give thanks always to God for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, because God hath from the beginning chosen you to salvation, through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth, whereunto he called you by our gospel to the obtaining of the glory of our Lord Jesus Christ. Therefore, brethren, stand fast and hold the traditions which ye have been taught, whether by word or our epistle. Now our Lord Jesus Christ himself and God, even our Father, which have loved us, and have given us everlasting consolation and good hope through grace, comfort your hearts and establish you in every good word and work.
What did you steal?
Secrets. The data they paid me to protect.
Are they people?
No.
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today. Today is today's.
Do you understand what she's saying?
I hear it. It's gibberish. I can't understand it.
And I can.
What's happening to me?
People are starved for the truth. I'm a part of it now. I'm just sorry they made you a part of it too.
Hello, Jane. Please, have a seat.
This 79-year terror campaign of lies has to end.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world.
That truth will upend all established order across the entire world. If you do this, there's no undoing it.
Why would they do this?
When the time is right, everything will become clear.
Whatever happens, don't you let go.
So there is a disclosure happening. It's coming out of America and they've made movies about it too. So this is all in the Bible. As I read to you earlier in the beginning of the video, the verses, this is real. The fallen kingdom, the fallen realm, all the demonic are about to come upon the earth. Okay, men's hearts are going to fail them when they see what is coming upon the earth. There's going to be reptiles, there's going to be demonic entities, there's going to be inbreeding different creatures. You know, the jibbity jabs going in people's arms. You saw the guy, the CEO of Pfizer, the jab, his neck was gulping like a frog because the frog spirits. Now, what was in those? What have they been pumping in people? As in the days of Noah, it will be when the coming of the Son of Man. The Nephilim, the giants were in the earth in those days. There was a corruption of the DNA. The fallen are here and people are in their bodies and the CEO's gulping his neck like a frog. He's a reptilian and his jibbity jabs going in people's bodies. The DNA's being changed. And this is what happened in the days of Noah. This is why he used the flood to wipe out the earth. Because all of the flesh was corrupted. The DNA was corrupted. The fallen came into the women and created the Nephilim. The DNA was corrupted. And the DNA is being corrupted again because the fallen are here, as I've shown you. The fallen are here in the world leaders. And they're injecting that into the human beings. Okay, that's the thing. The great deception is here. And whilst it's happening, people eating and drinking and giving in marriage as it was supposed to be. So we need to pay close attention. If you want to be saved, believe in the gospel of Christ's death, burial and resurrection. 1 Corinthians 15:3-4, for I delivered unto you first of all that which I also received, how that Christ died for our sins according to the scriptures, and that he was buried, and that he rose again the third day according to the scriptures. Until the next one, God bless.
To make them work again. Tomorrow, when you are sealed in the voting cubicle, vote for me, Senator Bob Dole.
I am looking forward to an orderly election tomorrow, which will eliminate the need for a violent bloodbath. America, take a good look at your beloved candidates. They're nothing but hideous space reptiles. It's true. We are aliens. But what are you going to do about it? It's a two-party system. You have to vote for one of us.
He's right. This is a two-party system.
Well, I believe I'll vote for a third-party candidate.
Go ahead. Throw your vote away.
All hail President K.
Do you have an update on the UFO files and what might be, when we're going to be seeing those?
Well, I think we're going to be releasing as much as we can in the near future. For some reason, and I guess it's just a reason that's been in the minds of people for a long time, that is such, they want to find out about the UFOs and anything having to do with UFO or related material, and we're going to be releasing a lot of things from that we have, and I think some of it's going to be very interesting to people. I've interviewed people, my first term primarily, but I interviewed some pilots, very solid people, and they said they saw things that you wouldn't believe.
He said, Tim, they're real. And that's the last thing he said to me. That'll be the title of my book, I guess.
You were doing an interview and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven. How does this help? Does this help?
I mean, you know, I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven, okay? I really don't.
I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven.
I usually don't do this, but I feel like I got to. Because there's not enough people talking about it, so I might as well say it. Trump just posted to his Truth Social some crazy ass picture. You can read it, because I'm posting it right here. And it says the world will soon understand. Nothing can stop what's coming. And he's literally standing in the picture like God, with the world behind him on fire. And look, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't even know what he's implying. But from the picture, I got something to say. The only person that's in control with everything that's going on in the world is God.
Breaking news coming out of the USA and outer space. All right, President Trump shares this post on his Truth Social of a picture of him capturing an alien, right? What seems to be an alien, all right, and bringing him to justice on planet Earth. And then President Trump also shared some other space-themed AI photos, right? So this one, as y'all saw in my last video, he's posting these photos with his hand on the red button, which is, I'm assuming, would be like a nuclear button, right? But he's destroying somewhere on Earth, right, with these satellite weapons. And if y'all look over there, it says target detonated or target defeated. I don't know. You gotta zoom in. But somebody zoom in and then let me know what it's saying over there. But that seems to look like Iran just continuing with the empty threats. And then you got President Trump, who surprisingly is maneuvering this space system, right? Maneuvering the space system and blowing up what seems to be other satellites, all right? And then this picture, I found it to be very interesting, right? I don't know if he's on a base on the moon, or I don't know if he's on a base on another planet, but that looks like Earth behind him. But when you zoom in, you have these, like, I don't know if I want to call them what's that one movie that everybody loves with Rogue and with Yoda and Princess Leia? Star Wars. You got these like Star Wars style paratroopers, but if you zoom in, they might be bots, right? Like they might be like war bots. I don't know what the situation is, but instead of focusing on all of this, why not focus on the livelihood of the American people?
Their tongues to deceive. The venom of snakes is under their lips. Their mouths are full of bitterness and curses. And in their paths, nothing but ruin and misery. And the fear of God is not before their eyes. They have taken the hearts and minds of our leaders. They have recruited the rich and the powerful. And they have blinded us to the truth. Our human spirit is corrupted. Why do we worship greed? Because outside the limit of our sight, feeding off us, perched on top of us from birth to death, are our owners. Our owners. They have us. They control us. They are our masters. Wake up. They're all about you. All around you. Your problem.
Look, lady, we're in trouble. The whole world's in trouble. They're all around us and we never knew it. You can only see them with these special glasses. I swear to you, we're being controlled by these things. I don't know what they are or where they came from, but we gotta stop them.
I've got one that can see.